All right, this is going to be a general reading for everybody who happens upon this video. It is intended to represent the month of February of 2025. I'm Erin. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. So let's get these cards open and the box is out of the way. I'm going to get them ready and prepped here. I'm going to give them a little flick to clear off the old energy. And I'm going to ask our spirit guides to provide us with the information that we need to help navigate ourselves through the month of February of 2025. Again, this is intended for anybody who happens upon this particular video. So right off the top of my head, I'm actually receiving a message from Spirit, and I'm being made to feel as though I'm dizzy. Okay, so that could be an indication that there's a lot of activity around us during this particular month. Okay, I want to say a flurry of activity that is almost, it's dizzying because we're trying to keep up with what's happening around us, but we can't. Keep that in mind if that pertains to you. I wanted to throw that out because I feel like it's important. I heard two more cards, so I'm going to throw out two more. These are all very similar, very, very similar. Now, I don't read cards in protection, so that's why I flipped that last card around. I like to just read them the way upright. All right, to the sea. Interesting that I kind of felt like I was nauseous as that one came out and a little bit dizzy. But this is talking about going with the flow, which is actually what I just finished with. I did a video for the next couple of weeks as the moon phase is growing. And this is talking about making sure that you take time for yourself and that you literally go with the flow. Go with the flow of the stream. Don't try to push against anything or change anything to make it work for you. Just spend your time going, okay, if that's what you need today, that's what we're going to do. Purpose for this is that you're becoming prepared for the next phase. So you're becoming poised, you're open, and you're reaching for anything new that's going to be given to you, all right? However, we still have some watching to do. So that would be a great explanation for this go with the flow, right? Because there's something that we need to be looking for and watching for before we actually make our move, all right? Next card's co-creating. So this is for anybody who is looking at either working in tandem with spirit and co-creating their current wishes and desires. It could pertain to somebody who is looking to begin a new business with another individual. It could be you meet somebody that's becoming your person and you are co-creating a life together, that there are major changes. Whatever the scenario is, you are working towards a goal with another individual, all right? Deep knowing is telling us that we don't have to have an explanation for everything, that just having a gut feeling is enough for us to act, all right? If you believe in your soul that something is right or wrong, there's no reason for you to spend any more time questioning it. Because if you do, what will happen is your ego will step in and try to rationalize for you, and you'll end up talking yourself out of whatever your first thought was. And we all know our first thoughts are obviously the most accurate. Finally, we can look at something serendipitous coming our way eventually. I want to also say that this particular card is going to also indicate some of you may be receiving your synchronicities, is what we would call them, those coincidences, those little nudges from spirit that are showing you your loved ones and your guides are with you. So you might find yourself finding more coins or feathers or, I mean, even 4-leaf clovers. Whatever it is that Spirit uses to communicate with you, keep your eyes peeled for it, okay? Because they're going to want to be sharing these messages with you, and this is going to indicate clearly that you are on the right path. It will seem like it's a coincidence, but it won't be. I also want to mention that this kind of goes hand in hand with going with the flow, because when you put your trust in Spirit, there's less pushback from yourself, the less you think about something. So you're welcoming those coincidences and you're inviting them into your space and you're paying attention to them as they're happening, okay? One thing I've noticed, and I'm going to show this, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to lay them out here. All right. This card, this card, this card, and this card all have the number 4 on them. So I feel as though we are beginning a trek that's leading us to something specific. It's a goal that we're working towards that's going to culminate in the April timeframe, because the number 4 for me represents April. Okay. Having said that, I also want to note the number 7 is here. 4 plus 3 is 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. Okay. So 7 is July. So I would say we are working on major changes that are happening at the beginning. They're starting sometime for us in April, and they will culminate in July. So that's something for you guys to hold on to and note and see. We'll come back and see if I'm right. But right now, it's going to be important to go with the flow, get yourself prepped, pay attention to what's going on around you. Know that you're co-creating with either yourself, the universe, another individual. Trust your instincts. Watch for those clues from Spirit, okay? Because they are trying to get your attention, and those will be the moments that will clarify and confirm for you that you know what you're doing is accurate. I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Gaia Oracle just to give us a little bit of a more broad perspective. I like to use multiple sets when I do my readings because I feel as though they will give us a good indication, and if they correlate, we know that we're on the right path. So what messages does Spirit have for those of us watching this video for the month of February? So I heard the number 3. Okay, so I heard to pull 2 cards and shuffle 3s. First card is talking about releasing and healing. Okay, facing your fears, not allowing anything to keep you tethered, removing yourself from anything that is no longer serving you. Okay, and then the follow-up card is the dream. So it's entirely possible you can receive your message while you're sleeping. It could also be saying that you are prepping for your dream, that you finally have a breakthrough for something that you've been working towards, okay? Again, the moon is prevalent. The number on the card is 4, so that's important because, again, I feel as though April is somehow going to be integral to what's starting now, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. Continue to release and know that you're healing as you're moving forward on your ventures. And I promise you it's looking good and it's going to continue to get better. So thank you for listening. I am Erin. This is Sense of Spirit.